Hey guys, and welcome to, the MuvLuv review. Not the games, not the anime, but the model kit. This is actually only my second MuvLuv kit I've built, though currently MuvLuv kits aren't too easy to get a hold of. But again, I bought this one like 2 or 3 years ago. But, this is completely out of the box, not painted, just cleaned up from the nub marks. Now you may notice that there are some empty spots, looking spots. That's because these parts right here, I've had to put them in because I'm going to be clear coating this kit as well as adding a few small missing paint apps that are missing on the kit. But this is the kit all by itself without its lower back binders and then weapon holders, as you can see. Now, this kit, with pretty much all MuvLuv kits from Kotobukiya, the joints are very tight, so you're going to want to pre-sand them with a file, preferably, to loosen them, as you can see. And that just came out because I didn't put it in tight enough. But yeah, you're gonna want to sand them, and then if you get a bit too zealous with sanding it, loosening it up, you can simply just take a little bit of gloss varnish, matte varnish, semi-gloss varnish, whatever kind of varnish you have that you use for varnishing your kits, and just put it in with a brush into the hole where the peg for the joint goes. Let that dry overnight, and then you should be good to go. Now, I'm going to break this down, of course. But first, I actually want to kind of bring a size comparison. So here is the MuvLuv kit, 1/44 scale. And then here is the Airmaster Gundam, which is, again, 1/44 scale as well. The MuvLuv kit is a little bit taller. Okay, not a little bit, quite a bit taller, because of the shoulders and then the fins here on the head. But this is quite an old Airmaster kit which I built. And this was built before I had got back into seriously fully painting. So there's only a little bit of paint on this kit. Okay, for the missiles right here, the tips. And then right here, as you can see, I did a very shoddy job at painting those. But that's just a size comparison. So now let's get into articulation on the kit. We'll start up by the head, of course. Articulation can go forward about that much. Go back about that much. Can't really go to the side without popping off the ball joint, unless I don't have it fully on. But it's the same for the side to side. You can turn, but again, it's quite tight, so I wouldn't really recommend doing that. The arm joints can go about this much forward. There's for both. This much back for both. You can get a full 180 here and spin, but again, I really wouldn't recommend doing that. Arm can't go very high because of this part here. So the only way to do it is to bend it like this and then bring it up. But that's about as much crunch you get with the arm. And that goes for the right arm as well. We got torso here, waist. We have a nice bend here. Right like that. This is on a ball joint right here, so we can go kind of side to side a bit, not much. Alright, I'm going to just take that off for right now. I feel like I got a bit looser. So now we're on to the legs, and right here. These are actually on a a peg so they can rotate up and rotate down. This is basically so you can get about that high with the leg, get that much of a bend, like that. Bit dusty still from the sanding, sorry about that. But that's about as far as you can go with the legs. Because the armor plating here and here stops it from going there, as well as this piece right here is actually a separate piece. With this piece missing, you can get the leg farther up, but then it wouldn't look right. Foot, be got down as much as far as it can go. It can go up that high, oddly enough. And then it can go to the side like that, and like that. There's no, like, bend here in the arch, so there's none of that. Now, seam lines. There's a seam line down here and here on both legs, which you'll have to take care of in the back as well. Same with the upper thighs. Seam lines going down here and here. Arm, the only real seam lines they're going to need to worry about is back here. It is on this part here and here, and as well as the top of the shoulder. Other than that, those are the only seam lines you would have to take care of if they bothered you that much. Let me put the arm back on here. Those are the seam lines. You know, pointing out the seam lines. Wow, that's right. It's really gotten loose. It feels like it's gotten loose. Binders are just like this. They can move like this and this. And they just go on a peg on the back. Like so, right here. The same with this one. Hold on. There we go. So, that's what the binders look like. And then the weapon holders, like that, like this. As you can see, it's just a small peg. And then I just sit back up here, like so. Here's the sword one, like so. And there you go. Well, for the weapons. And it has two swords, two guns, two holding hands, one open hand. Now, the gun, here is the gun that doesn't have a holder. And here is the piece that you put into his hand for it to hold the gun. Well, at least that's the other one right here. So this is the handle. And then it holds the gun like that. Sword, very simple. You just slide it into the hand and there you go. So, then, not much. It fell over. There isn't too much to the kit with articulation. I mean, it's articulated enough that you can get some decent poses, of course. But you gotta remember, these are not toys. They're a model kit. I mean, Gundams are technically not exactly toys either, because again, they're made of the same type of plastic. But they're a little bit more robust, so they can take to a bit of more abuse. And again, their parts will still snap and break if you ruffle them, nonetheless. So I just really don't consider them toys. You want an action figure of a Gundam, buy the see if you can locate some of the really old action figures or the new line of figure kit Gundams figure that they have coming out. That's out and coming out with new ones soon. Granted, I think like $20 a pop, and like Target or something. Again, I don't live in the U.S., so I don't know. But yeah, you want something like that, or buy the Robot Damashi and ones and all that. They're the ones that are basically glorified action figures that can take the heavier handed abuse. Then those are more your option. Though even those I don't think really you want to be too heavily handed with some of the joints. I know Sigma figures have some pretty delicate joints, so even those you wouldn't want to be heavy handed with. But they're a bit more robust, especially in the metal builds. So I think the metal builds are quite expensive, so you wouldn't be just shelling at the dosh for them and then just play with around with those. But yeah. But those are pretty much high points and low points. Again, stiff joints is always kind of a low point. But with it being stiff, it does mean it keeps, the pose. Unless it's something really good if you're going to build it specifically in that pose and leave it like that. Or you want to be able to change it to pose or have it, without a pose while you paint it. Then pose it once it's done painting. Then you're going to want to, just file back the holes for the pegs, for the joints. It's mainly the arms that needed that. I mean, the ball joint heads and their receivers for the shoulders, a bit tight, and also for the legs, they're a bit tight to get the peg in. But once you get it in there, it's pretty okay. Now, like I said, the kit isn't technically fully complete because I don't have the small paint apps painted yet. Nor do I have the blue part, the clear blue, the translucent parts in. I will do that at some point. Just don't know when. But I will. But I think I probably want to get back to actually working on my 30-minute mission kit, which is currently been primed and it's just waiting for paint, pretty much. So I need to do that. But yeah, this has been my MuvLuv kit review. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. Share it as well. That helps me out greatly and I appreciate it. Also, leave any feedback and comments down below. Because any comments I get, I'll usually read. Because interacting is good. And I do want to, grow and expand the channel more. Humble beginnings, of course, but that's how it is. And I'm still trying to really kind of learn the ins and outs of all this and stuff, so. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.